Hey, Flosstube. This is Angel from the Elegant Thread coming at you with Flosstube number 15. Can you believe it? I made it 15 times. Well, you know, a bunch of them in the middle were like interviews, so those don't count. So I made notes this time. Ta-da! Because I have so much to cover. It's crazy. It's kind of like we're doing this little like FaceTime thing, but I can't see you. So grab a cup of coffee, have a seat, pick up some stitching, because we're gonna chat for a little bit. So I forgot some things before that I need to cover this time, and a whole bunch of new stuff. So first, I want to address my previous videos while I was traveling were all vertical, I noticed, rather than horizontal. So I don't know, maybe I lose my brain. Something happens in there when I'm traveling and things don't make sense anymore. And maybe what it was is I was on my camera. And then, so I was holding it, or setting it, on my camera, or holding it for the interviews. And this way didn't really occur to me. So there's no way that I found that you can adjust that. I mean, listen, I can't even put an intro on this thing or splice things, so clearly I'm not going to rotate it. So if those bother you, just skip over. But anything that was done while I was traveling is vertical. Well, then that's how I know I was traveling. There you go. Yeah, I just recently watched Pretty Southern and her video of when she would travel to England, and she did such a fabulous job of talking and describing the trip, and then like splicing in some videos and pictures, and that was really it was a great travel log. Yeah, but you're not going to get that from me. Yeah, nope, sorry. I can barely like find, oh, here's how you turn it on and turn it off. That's about it. Yeah, so I'm going to go back now that I have a few videos in here in this channel thing, and I've been doing it for just a little bit. I've realized I haven't been filling out kind of what they call show notes, the little notes at the bottom. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to take some time, and I'm going to put down what I talk about in there. For example, if I mention a whip, I'm going to put down what it is. If I don't know if I get haul, if I'm going to be listing all that. That might just be too much. So let's just say if I mention whips or completed projects or something, then I'll put them in the notes, or if I mention a link or something, I'll put them down there for you. Yes, that's gonna happen. It hasn't happened yet, but I'll let you know next time. So stop back by. Yeah. First, I want to cover kind of before I get into all the stuff. Okay, first, let me know. If you do any Flosstube, if you answer on Flosstube and you're a fellow Flosstuber, do you do this? Like you have it set up and you're like talking, hey, how you doing? But underneath where you can't see is like loads of stuff, like spread out all over the place. It's kind of like when you see soldiers marching and the top is all together and fine, and the bottom's like all these different feet. That's it. That's kind of what it's like right here. I have a pile on the floor that you can't see. Yay! Yeah. So, what I'm watching. So, I have been doing a little bit of stitching. I've been trying to get in at least an hour a day just to kind of maintain my sanity. Yes. As Nicola Parkman says, we get a bit twitchy when we don't stitch. Yes, we do get a bit twitchy. That is a very nice, gentle way to put it. A bit twitchy. I'm going to use that next time when I don't stitch. Wound up. So I sat down and watched Beth Twist from Heartstring Samplery, and she covered some of her new designs and this sampler that she came out with where you can pick what you say inside of it. Very cool. Yes, so her stuff is beautiful. She just finished something that was particularly beautiful, a sampler, so stop by. Misty Purcell, I think her channel is just called Misty Purcell. So she just FFO'd an absolutely beautiful sampler. Oh my goodness. Stop by there. Oh my gosh, I forgot to grab something and here we are. You know what? I can't stop this thing and go get it. So I'm going to save that for next time. Remember, remind me. Darn. Okay, so Nicole from Nicole's Needlework. You know, I always stop by and listen to Nicole. So, hey Nicole, I stopped by and I listened to you because wow, those samplers, whew, girl, beautiful. I don't know how you do it. Like you have a ton of them going at the same time, and they're all beautiful and they're all kind of they're the size of something that someone would pick for their life project, and you have like 10 of them working. So clearly I'm being influenced by this whole Flosstube thing because if judging from the amount of haul that I have accumulated in the last, I don't know, month, you're gonna see that I'm soon gonna be one of those people. Oh my gosh, I did not participate in Stitch Mania, but you never know, next year I might. It took me a long time, by the way, to figure out what the heck you guys were talking about when you said Stitch Mania. So for anybody who might be new and who's wondering that as well, because there's all these like hidden lingo things that go on in Flosstube. Stitch Mania, not M-A-N-I-A, but mania as in the month of May. M-A-Y hyphen N-I-A. Stitch Mania. And it's either starting a new project each day in May or each the amount of projects for the year we have, so you start 19, or you define kind of the mania that's going to happen, but it's just whether you're going to work on something every day, or it's just a lot of stitching that happens in the month of May. Perhaps just because the name May lends itself to the word mania. That's the only thing I can think of. Hey, if you know of how that whole thing started, then the backstory in it, let me know. It seems this community, which is absolutely wonderful, likes to do like challenges. We like to do grunches of things together. Now, when I did triathlon quite a bit, there would be, for example, Red Fam, run every day for a month. And then there would be a Facebook group and people would sign up Red Fam. And then it'd be like burpees every day for June, you know, or something like that. So people in the athletic community do crazy things like that. You know, people who do triathlon and Spartan races and all that stuff do crazy things. But I noticed that cross stitchers do crazy things too. So you guys love to do challenges. This Harry Potter kind of school thing, magical school stitchers thing. The lady from West Virginia describes it pretty well. She's participating in it, and her name is Poof in the ether somewhere. You all know exactly who I'm talking about because she's really sweet. She makes project bags, adorable, very sweet. She participates in the magical school of stitches or whatever that Harry Potter-esque kind of thing is, and she admits that she's not a Harry Potter fan, but you know, it keeps her stitching, so that's awesome. So back to what I've been watching. So Grateful. I always have to go back and watch So Grateful because Daleen is like a breath of fresh air. She is so nice. I want to stop by and have coffee with Daleen. And I really want to do the shoe liner thing that she said. So if you didn't stop by, go back, write it down. So Grateful, as in sewing. She said you get a piece of fabric and you iron it in a fusible way, iron it into the sole liner of a shoe, and then you put it in there so that anytime you put on your shoe, you have some really fun thing going on in the sole. That's one of those things. You can take an afternoon, do a few pairs of shoes, and it would make you happy for a year. It's like this little personal, you know, it just, that's really a great idea. She is wonderfully creative, and I get some really great ideas from her channel. So thank you, Daleen. All your other stuff is great too, but that is particularly awesome. And I've been watching Kathy at Crafty Cat Stitcher. She completed Birds of a Feather, and she did such a beautiful job. wow. So stop by, check that out. She also did No Bees, No Honey, No Work, No Money. I did that one. I did. And if I could find it, I would show it to you. So remind me next time. Maybe I have all my stuff kind of just rolled up in a drawer. It's embarrassing, but that's how it is. Not toilet paper roll, a paper towel roll that I just roll things up on, and I put them in a drawer because I don't frame things. So, but that's in there somewhere, and I'm going to find it, and I'm going to get it out, and then I'm going to show it to you guys. Maybe I'll do, what do you call it, a parade? I guess a finished parade or things you've previously done parade. So, yeah, I always love it when people do that and they show all of the things they've done. One thing that Daleen does is she picks something older, like she has something behind her that she previously stitched, and she covers that. And so does Kathy at Crafty Cat Stitchers. I don't know if she calls it throwback or something. She calls it something. She has a name for it. Something that's older that she stitched. And her whatever she calls it is very witty, and I don't remember. But there it is. I seem to say, hey, go check it out. I don't remember a lot, so this conversation really is kind of one way, and you're not getting a lot of information, are you? So, hope you have a pen, and you keep putting down your stitching so you can take notes. I've noticed that too. So I pick up my stitching, I think, I'm just gonna watch this. Wait, I need a pen. Because someone will inevitably say something partway through, or they'll mention something that I need to go look up, or, oh my gosh, I need to check that out. Why do I even sit down without paper and a pen? I'm learning. Every time I add one more thing. So that's on there. Okay. I'm still binge watching Nicola Parkman at Hands Across the Sea because I adore her. Huge fan. Hey, huge fan. And Donna Johnson commented on my last chat with you guys, where I couldn't remember Nicola's name, and she said, I was screaming at the screen, Nicola, 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 and you couldn't hear. It's like yelling at the football game, right? So no, but you was hoping it's somewhere in the stitching universe it would come through, and I eventually found her name, but I don't know why it escaped me at the time since I'd been watching her for hours and days. Yeah, but I'm still watching her stuff. I will stop what I'm doing to watch her. Her meter about the way that she talks is very soothing. So, and it's wonderful. Yeah, Vanna, you were right. She's mesmerizing. I learned a pin stitch from watching her, so I've been trying out the pin stitch to start and stop because I'm trying one project on a stand. So I've never put something on those stretcher bar things before. So I'm trying to pin stitch on that project. And I went back and watched her video on that. That's very cool. A great idea. I don't know how many of you use the pin stitch or if it's something I should have known all along and I didn't. Listen, back when I was 12 and I started doing this, there was no class. I just figured it out. So I, of course, since I've been binge watching Hands Across the Sea, Nicola Parkman, guess what? Oh yeah, I ordered something. You know that I ordered some things because she makes them so beautiful, and then she shows them to you and she tells you the story, and okay. And they all have names of girls and it has their life story in there, and now I have to stitch them. I always wondered, why do people stitch something that someone else stitched? Yes, it's beautiful, but they stitched. Now you have it hanging on your wall, but it's not really the old one. It just kind of looks like the old one. But she does a great job of taking the old ones and bringing them into modern day, and it's kind of an ode to that girl and to that piece of art that she created, and it's wonderful. So I do have some haul from Hands Across the Sea, and I want to tell you, I placed an order, and then I binge watched a little more, and then I placed another order, And Nicola Parkman is only £2 flat shipping rate for anything you buy, no matter how much you buy. She saw that I placed 2 orders within like a day of each other, or a couple days. She refunded the £2 from one order and combined them to mail them to me. That is so sweet. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Nicola. Oh. So, it's time to show you what I bought. Of course you're gonna see. Oh my God. Fun. Okay, so, yeah. Oh, bumped it with my foot. Okay, so we'll save that for last. Oh, and this one for last. This one's great too. Okay, they're all great. So, Nicola was at, I think she was at the Attic when she did an interview. She might have been at Sassy Jack's Stitchery, when she came to do the Bethia workshops, and she was in both places. She did videos in both places, but she showed some of her samplers, and so there were some in both places. So I'm not sure which location she showed this one at, but she showed Miss Mary Ann Bourne's 1791, and it has. I should have taken these out of the plastic. Lesson learned. Okay, there, I'll hold it here. So, apologies for the glare, but there it is. It's beautiful. It has this bee skip in the middle, which is unusual. 1791, this sampler doesn't look like anything to me from that time period because of the cartoonish nature of kind of the item in the middle. So, but that's really neat. That's really, really neat. So this is quite a find. And so Miss Mary Ann Bourne's 1791 is now in my stash. Ta-da! Okay, we can just put it here. There. And, of course, I saw When Thou Art Rich, an early Quaker sampler. This one I also liked very much. I think she might have showed this one at the Attic. It was stitched, and she went to did a video where she kind of took a tour of the Attic, and she showed a bunch of samplers, and some models were there, and I think maybe even a couple of the originals. I don't know, but I think the models are there. I don't know if she rotates them back between Sassy Jack's and the Attic, but Sassy Jack's in North Carolina and the Attic in Arizona. It's in, I don't know, Mesa, Arizona, I think. And Sassy Jack's, I'm not sure where in North Carolina, Wilmington or something. Oops. So if you go to their website, you can find out where they're located. Yes, this, I like it because I thought, oh, look, it's a little smaller. Yeah, no, it's not. No, it'd still be 10 years of work. But it's a little differently because it's laid out more of a kind of a wide band sampler-ish. To me, it lends itself, it says Quaker, early Quaker sampler. Yes, I'm sure it is Quaker, but it kind of looks like a Scottish-ish sampler to me, but it's nice. It's very beautiful. So that's now in my possession, of course. So don't go, if you go back and you watch the videos where she describes these, you're going to buy them because the videos are so wonderful and her descriptions are so wonderful, and then you get to see the piece and wow, okay. I don't even know why I bought this. What am I ever gonna do this? No. Okay, so Elizabeth Beavin, 1835. Here you go. She must have had a video where she described this one. Or I think what happened on this particular one is I was perusing her website. Yet another dangerous thing to do. As I was perusing, I came across this one, and what attracted me to it were all of the motifs, the small motifs. Aha, I remember now specifically. This, she covered in the Nashville market video from last year. So the 2018 Nashville market video, an interview was done with her about her pieces. I think this might have been a release at that market, and she actually points out some of these things and talks about them. Yeah, she also talks about this one specifically in the video at Sassy Jack's, I believe. Yeah, so I like the individual, when you do a sampler of this size, it can, and they take years, unless you're a very fast stitcher and you don't work. So, and you have no life. All you do is stitch all day, 10 hours a day. Yes, then you can, accomplish them very quickly. But most of us don't, right? We're lucky to squeeze in an hour. Maybe we do a little bit on the weekends, a little more. So we're all kind of in the same. I've noticed seeing what people finish. We all kind of, some people stitch a little faster than others, but really if we have the time, when we actually stitch, we stitch at about the same rates. This kind of a sampler gives you little wins along the way because it's a motif sampler. So the individual, you'll see these individual items, like you can stitch the bird, sit down, stitch the bird, and you have a win. You've completed something, an entire thing that looks like a finished product. So that's one reason I love Quaker samplers. Now the medallions, you can't sit down and stitch one whole one unless you have a long time and it's been a full day. But in 1 or 2 seatings, you can, if you work at it, you can complete motifs. So I really like motif samplers. Hence, Elizabeth Beavin is now a guest in my home. Yeah. So here it is. Okay. Can't believe it. I just can't believe. I must have been on medication or something when I ordered these things. I really, well, as I'm clicking along, did I think this was a good idea at the time? Really? This is not buyer's remorse, but it's buyer's remorse. Like, really? Am I going to? Okay. Yes. Jane Vaughn, 1724. I could stand up next to the thing. It's probably my height. It is huge. But it's a band sampler. And see, when you're on the website and you haven't seen the video where she describes this one, what you do is you're like, oh, look, a band sampler. It looks nice. And you think maybe it's like 5 inches wide and a foot long. Oh, no. Mm-mm. No, my friend. Let me see this thing. Even on 40 count. Okay, so my iPad storage was full, and if you're watching this, either it's on the next Flosstube, or I learned how to stitch these things together, and it's one whole video. So hi! I don't know where to look on this thing because I'm on my phone now. So, hello! Let me see if I can raise you up a little bit. Hold on. Hi. I really should have done this before we got started, but I didn't. Okay. That's what you're gonna get. That's it. So, hi. I'm back. I was going over, I was on Jane Vaughn, 1724. So, yes. She is rather large. I said, she is, boom, and then the thing cut off, I'm sure. So she is 34 inches wide, and I think this thing says 8. It can't say. Oh, I'm sorry, 8.5 inches wide and 34 inches long. That's it. So it's still, and that's on 40 count. If you did it on 28 count, it would be a foot wide and almost 49 inches long. So that's long. It's over 3 feet. So it's a big one. But see, it looks in the picture, look, it doesn't look terribly big in the picture. You can't really tell the size of it. That's the problem. So I ordered it, not realizing that, oh, that's a big one. Yes, indeed. Okay. I ordered Harriet Hartland, 1782. I just think it's very sweet. I love the colors that are in it. Oh, I guess I should see. You can see the whole thing. The trees are great. The blues, the greens, the reds. I very much like this one. And this is one of her newer patterns, charts. So it comes now with her bookmarks. Or maybe they did come with the bookmarks and now they come with something that you can put on the back. I'm not sure, but it has a bookmark in the back. I don't see a bookmark in the back of the other ones, so there you go. Yes, Harriet Harshland. Hi, Harriet. Welcome. You can sit with the other girls. Okay, this one I have to undo the plastic because she put something in front of it. So, plastic, noisy plastic. I know, boy, I can't, noise is hard on Flosstube. So, oh, okay. Yes. Harriet Salt. Okay, are you jealous now? Harriet Salt. Oh my goodness, 1866. There was a woman at, where was she? I think Sassy Jack's, when she did the Bethia workshop or I'm not sure which one she was at, the attic or maybe the attic. I don't know. But she bought this and she's trying to do it just like the original. So she has 56 count, I don't know, some crazy thing. But this is beautiful. It's a Bristol orphanage sampler, all in red. And it really is very, very stunning. So, there, you can drool. Okay, very nice. And last but not least, of course, Elizabeth Atkinson, 1829. She calls this her little summer travel sampler. For a lot of people, this is like the biggest thing they've ever stitched. I just want to let you know that, Nicola, but okay, all right. It is beautiful. And it's a motif sampler. And those are my favorite. So she's talking to me. Okay, this sampler is Nicola talking directly to me. Yep, absolutely sure of it. And it has a really wonderful story. Look, on the bookmark on the back, it says The Truth of Woman. And it is a poem by Sir Walter Scott. It's amazing. I hope she wouldn't mind me reading it. So here you go. You need to jump on and order it right now. You can get it from her website. You can get it from the attic. You can get it from Sassy Jack's. You can probably get it from other places too, but order it because it's great. And she says it'll be a good travel sampler. So, The Truth of Woman. Woman's faith and woman's trust. Write the characters in the dust. Stamp them on the running stream, print them on the moon's pale beam, and each effervescent letter shall be clearer, firmer, better, and more permanent, I ween, than the thing those letters mean. I have strained the spider's thread 'gainst the promise of a maid. I have weighed a grain of sand 'gainst her plight of heart and hand. I told my true love of the token, how her faith proved light and her word was broken. Again her word and truth she plight, and I believed them again ere night. Sir Walter Scott. The Truth of Woman. So, yes, this is a beautiful, beautiful chart. So those are her stuff's like collectible charts. And then I ordered a note card. And it comes with, very quickly, it comes with a chart on the back. So they're really big note cards. Very, very cool. That's my haul. I mean, oh my Lord. And then, to make matters worse, I ordered the fabric and the silk to do Elizabeth Atkinson. So that will become my summer travel project. So I will take it to heart. Whew. I had a little bit of haul from before I moved was it? Oh yes, here it is. Some before I moved that I hadn't shared yet. So I was watching a different, a Flosstuber, obviously. This happens, Fiber Talk says that when you buy something, you should hashtag Fiber Talk made me buy it, or Fiber Talk made me, I think it's made me buy it, is what it is. Well, I should do a hashtag Flosstube. made me buy it because I get all these great ideas. So I was watching someone, and I can't for the life of me remember her name, and she had purchased, and I thought, oh my God, those are great, some Victorian motto sampler threads. And they were limited edition, and the colors were so fantastic. I thought, oh my gosh, I have an idea in my head to design a sampler, and these colors were stunning. So I had to get it, of course, and wow. So this is Victoria Motto Sampler Shop. These are kind of their Halloween-ish set. I'm not sure what this set is even called from them, but these were their limited edition. They are, oh my goodness, you will have seen these from other people have purchased them, but wow. I guess I need something to put these on so you can see them. Ow, I failed on that regard. Okay, so this is Enchanted Spell. Let's see if this will work. And then it's kind of a, maybe I'll hold them up. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the true color of them, but Enchanted Spell. That's really great. And this one is Fairy Dust. Ooh, it's kind of lighter right there and darker in other places. Those are very, very similar. Wow. I'm not wearing my glasses. Those look like the same thing. Okay. And the light's not very good in here right now. Bedazzled. My light is not good, so none of these are going to look good to you. Frog Prince. Zombie Potion. You know, I would buy these. You're down here. Just for the names. So these are really great. Toad Spell. There you go. Just laying them all down here. Into a Dragon. It's kind of a deep, it looks a little more green on the screen than it is. It's kind of a deeper gray. Yeah. Sleep Potion. This one's really a dark, deep blue. It doesn't look that way, but bluish gray. Yeah. Forever Bewitched. This one's, all of these are a lot more gray than they're appearing because I'm running out of light. Something Wicked. Ooh, it's kind of blue. If I pull back, yeah, you can kind of see them there. I'm getting too close. Maybe that's it. Twitter Padded. I hope that's how you say that. Twitter Padded? You know, I don't even know what that is. If you know what Twitter Padded is, go ahead and write that in the comments. I don't know. Okay. And Playful Potion. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here they are. Isn't that neat? So, it was my first time ordering from Victorian Motto, and the colors are just really great. So, I don't keep floss stash. And she also sent the best cranberry kind of as a gift, as a free sample. So, got the little extra one tucked in there. Look, it looks really great kind of against them. Tucked in there. So that I've had since before I moved, and I just didn't have it out. So you get to see that. Okay, and I have, I did have one more piece of haul from Celebration of Needlework. I purchased something from Rovaris in Italy, and this is how it came. Is this the sweetest packaging? So, you know, I'm all into bees right now. Aren't we all? And it's a whole kit. Oops. It's an entire kit. Isn't that great? I don't know if there is a picture in it. Oh, there is. There is. Okay. So this is what, it's an entire kit to make this. It has this is to hold the scissors, this little beehive, and then this becomes a pin cushion, and then there's everything. Then there's also a needle minder and a scissor fob and a little pin. It's all there. Okay. I saw it in person. She actually had a model of it, and it's really great. So her things are very sweet. And she likes bees as well. So I had to just sit there at my table staring at her wonderful things. Clearly it was dangerous since I bought this. She's also the person that designed that beach bag that I had, that striped bag. Whew, very nice. Okay, I'm not sure if last time I covered, I had a finish, but I'm not sure if I covered it. So Little House Needleworks, I finished this a while ago. I did this pattern on a 25 count Lugana in moss, and I did it over 1. And I used DMC Pearl Cotton, number 12, to do it. It's a huge piece for this, and it's not ironed, of course, so that's what you get. There it is. I know the big crease down the middle, it's kind of hard to see, but it was nice. Over 1, came out beautifully. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I finished that. Yay! They finish this year. It's one thing when you do samplers and stuff. It's hard to get. That's why I like motif samplers. You got to have a win somewhere because your psyche takes a blow after a while. You know what I mean? Okay, and then I mentioned before that I did the little, I think they're called early birds or something bird, round robin, that's it, round robin, where you meet 4 or 5 designers and they all give you a small, and it's designed specifically for that, what do they call it, conventions, that needlework thing, so yes, so I'm using my bag, black polka dotted one, boop, lined with Eiffel Towers and poodles. So, okay. This was from Mani di Donna. I covered up the pattern. So this is what it looks like. This is my little bee needle minder that I made. So I worked on it while I was there. And I found these rose gold scissors. I bought them there. And here it is. Isn't it sweet? It's over 1. It's just so cool. Very, very cool. I'm not sure what it's stitched on, but it's stitched on 28 count Graziano linen with 1 strand of silk over 1. So that little, I thought, it'd be a quick stitch, and it was. The hardest part for me was like putting it on this little board thing and gluing it down, because you had to get the edges without not being stuck out. So it worked out, yay! And then back into the bag. And this little bag that I made is perfect size for a small project. The elegant thread. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so that was the haul before I moved. That was the haul from Celebrations. And when I did the recap of Celebrations of Needlework in Nashua, New Hampshire, I forgot to do some shout outs. So I met a lot of really great people there, and some people kept coming by my table, so I kind of got to know them a little better. And there were 2 people, Chris and Lisa from Massachusetts. They came by and gave me a gift. Is that sweet? That's so sweet, a gift. And they give me this bag. They work at a place called Blue Q, and it's in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. So Blue Q. If there are children present, earmuffs, right? So they sell things at Blue Q that are not politically correct, but funny. Yeah, so there's this bag, packing snacks. Maybe I'll share, maybe I won't. And in it is all kinds of things. So this pot holder, and it says, get ready to undo your pants. Because, the cooking's gonna be so good. Okay, and then, okay, hand shit in Mandarin and lotus petal. Yes. Maybe you touched your genitals hand sanitizer. Okay, this is wicked fun. It's called lip shit in coconut basil. And then one more, lip shit in blackberry honey. So that is a lot of fun. Thank you. Thank you to Chris and Lisa. I appreciate it. It's so neat that, like one of your customers gives you a gift. That means so much to me. This is really great. So I've shown it to everybody I know here. I also wanted to give a shout out to Jennifer. Jennifer found out about it. She heard about celebrations of needlework by watching Flosstube. And then she said, I saw your Flosstube. You mentioned that you were there. I didn't even know it was happening. And she showed up and she came. And I met her. That's the small world story of Flosstube. And it's fantastic. So, Jennifer, it was a pleasure to meet you. And I hope to see you again next year. So, now you know it exists and you can plan. Yeah. So, and I owe you a Notions bag. And I haven't forgotten. So, you need to drop me an email. So, message me or something and send me your email so we can talk back and forth. Okay, and then I promised a few people that stopped by my table that I would make them some needle minders or some particular bags, and I'm working on getting cherries and kitty cat things. So I have not forgotten, and things that have to do with travel. So I will do that. And I've had some very interesting customers at my Etsy shop, The Elegant Thread. I had a customer in Australia, and I had a customer in Macedonia. Kudos to these people, because they are paying almost as much in shipping as they are for the items, and I hope they love them. Thank you. Thank you for being a customer and for ordering something so far away. I hope that you get a chance to, in Australia, they have a fabulous stitching community down there in Australia, and they have really great retreats and things. So, hey, you ever feel like going around the globe, that would be a really great place to go. Okay, so what I'm doing lately. Well, let's talk about whips. I'm going to run out of light here real soon. Let's talk about whips. Okay, very quick lag. Okay, here's my little one. So I was doing some big things, and because I'm doing some big things, I had to get, a quick win. So I haven't finished it yet, but I started Ode to the Ort, number 2. Here it is. It's going to be, here's the little tin. It comes with the little tin, and you put that on the top. I'm using it because I needed an Ort container. And here's my progress. I'm doing it over 1. I'm not using the called for colors or the called for linen. I could tell you what I'm using. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Okay. Kept the tag. This is 28 count Joblin, Queen Anne's lace. And I'm doing it over 1 in silk. And I believe these are needlepoint ink silks because, I don't know specifically unless I look it up, because I'm using leftovers from a previous project, from a previous Shepherd's Bush project. These are leftovers from Happy Haunting. So, I used some of them, but I had some silks left. So I'm just pulling out things, and that's what I'm gonna do this with, my little bird. And my needle minder, little dragonfly, butterfly? Maybe he's a butterfly. Okay. And I also, this is a little bit of haul, I have these 2 pin counting pins, a bee, and a hive. Cute, cute. Okay, so I'm doing the 24 hours of cross stitch June challenge, and Ode to the Ort's my first one. So that was the O, and it was going to be 24 minutes, yeah, or more, right? So not quite the 4 hours, but it was definitely more than 24 minutes. And I am doing, let me get out my bag. Still haven't finished it. The birthday Sal for Jen Lee. Age doesn't matter, Sal. This is Matter's Choice by Carriage House Samplings. And this is her birthday Sal. I'm sure she'll still let you join in. It's hashtag Age Doesn't Matter Sal. And stop by Jen Lee's channel, Quirks and Stitches, to find out more about it. So here it is. And first time using these roller stretcher thingy bars. And this is where I am so far. Oh, that's the back. Well, there you go. I hope that looked good. Here you go. Here's where I am. Getting there, getting there. I am not using the called for linen or the called for floss. I am using, oh, let me see what I picked. Maybe the bag. I'm using Soie d'Alger, and it's kind of a deep, deep, deep navy blue that I'm using for that. That's where I am. You'd think I'd be close to being finished. No. And then I took a class at Celebrations Needlework, and I don't have a picture of this. It's on my phone, but since my iPad died and I'm on my phone, you're not gonna see a picture. It's Hannah Waller, 1821. And it's a Quaker sampler designed by Forget-Me Lauren at Forget-Me-Nots in Stitches. Yes, this way. Oops. This is what I have. Yeah, it's going to be much larger. This actually, I'm going to start over. You can't really tell from online, but the silk is 103 on 40 count, but it's a little bit open for me. I'm not getting as much coverage as I'd like, so I'm going to switch to something like Soie d'Alger, which is a little thicker, and see if I get a little bit better color on that. So I'm actually going to start this one over. Just like I did Matter's Choice, I started over because I wasn't happy with it, but much happier with what I'm doing now. So I'm going to do that. There was someone else, Kay, from Maine, who did hers. She's doing hers in a different color. And she's getting really great coverage with hers. And we send texts back and forth with pictures of how far we've gone. I just ordered the floss, the silk, so when that gets in, I'll start again. I think I'll just stitch from where I am and finish, and then if I feel like going back and ripping it out after I finish it, we'll see. I'm not going to rip out that. I'm just going to start from where I am in the other floss. Okay, I have a ton of trips planned this year because I really liked my trip to Celebrations and Needleworks, so I signed up to go to a bunch of retreats. I'm going to the Tatter Textile Museum and Library Retreat at Saltwater Farm in Belfast, Maine, the first week in October. There's going to be a mushroom dyeing of fabrics and a historical embroidery class, and it's going to be fabulous. I'm also going to attend Forget-Me-Nots in Stitches retreat in November, the Ohio Country Retreat. She in just outside of Columbus. Lauren designs a sampler just for that. It's really beautiful. I've seen it already. I am going to be a vendor as well as a participant at Needleworkers Delight in Williamsburg, Virginia in December. So I am conning my mom into coming so that she doesn't stitch at all, not a lick, so that I can go to classes and she can man the table, be the vendor. Yeah. So that's going to be fun. One time I did attend Williamsburg. That's the only retreat I've ever been to, and that was like way back in 2011. I am trying to get into the Halloween primitive hair. It's not a retreat, it's a weekend at Sassy Jack's Stitchery. I think I'm on a waiting list for that. I'm on a waiting list to participate in summer school at the Attic in August. Hopefully I get in there. I know, I'm on the waiting list now. So that's all my retreats. And you know, I'll probably add more because I'm crazy like that. Whew! Hopefully I was able to stitch the 2 videos together and you have one long one. Since I've been doing this for a while, and now this is my, well, a while, not very long, but 15 now floss tubes, I want to share with you guys. So I'd like to share something. If you make a comment, if you're older than 18 and you make a comment and you include the word sampler in it, because I love samplers and I've done a lot of talking about Hands Across the Sea samplers, then I have something I'd like to share. And I want to share this Little House Needleworks pattern called Ding Dong Merrily on High. So it's a little, I mean, it turns out to be like an ornament, so it's not really a small, but so this will go to, I will send this to one of my friends. On the next one, I'll tell you who I'm going to send it to. So mention the word sampler in your comments and be older than 18. And so, time to share. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got a little bit of stitching done, and I hope you visit some of those people that I mentioned along the way, because they would love for you to stop by, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for being here. Angel from the Elegant Thread. See you later.